Hey guys, welcome back to Anime Royalty Radio. I am Don Juan. With me, as always, Mr. Spud, Baron Legend, and Vol. And today we will be discussing in our game section the movie Mortal Kombat.
So,
a very honest
Test
review.
let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Spoilers ahead. You don't want to watch it? Click to a certain time. We'll throw up on the screen or something.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's more a task for me, but okay.
You love having things to do.
Yeah. No.
So getting underway. As we know, Friday was the release of Mortal Kombat, the new one, the revamp, the
Yes.
remake of the 1995 Mortal Kombat,
The reboot.
the reboot.
Yes.
What the fuck were you thinking, Warner Brothers? I'm so upset.
What do you mean? That's you in your Cole Young t-shirt.
I hate him. I hate him. Sonya? Okay, good. You know,
Sonya was good, yes.
Sonya was good.
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao.
Yes. He was my
yes.
favorite. Kung Lao was my favorite.
Kano should have never been able to work with Sonya Blade. There's no way.
No.
There's no way that should have happened.
He was like
But
the
he was-
spotlight.
But he was funny as
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck.
She was.
Yeah.
some of the stuff he did was hilarious.
Oi, Kung Pao, pass me an egg roll.
Did anybody feel like it was really kind of Captain Boomerang, only more of an asshole?
Yes, yes, I got a happy boomerang from that. And then you get down to Raiden's shitty design, which is just, I'm sorry, really bad looking glowing eyeballs. Did anybody else think that?
If they would have just done his irises and nothing else, I think it would have been okay.
Or, I hate to say this, the 1995 Raiden looked better. Because the only thing they did is have little lightning shoot across in his eyes and meet in his pupils, and it was fun. It
Yeah.
looked great.
Yeah,
And he
but then in the
showed more
sequel, they
power.
bring him back, and he looks like a young man, and nobody wanted that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, too. And then Liu Kang looked very feminine.
You liked him though. You said you liked him.
No. I'll tell you what, and I'm not gonna lie. When he took off his shirt and he was actually flexing, I was
Yeah.
like, "My God, this dude is fucking chiseled."
Right.
But
Put
then
a
he's
shirt on, Magic Mike.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes. But what really bothered me is he was able to manipulate fire, like it was nothing.
Just pull it out of air. Like
And
he was
that's-
warming the family.
That's not how it's done.
Dude could basically firebend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not how it's done. He doesn't become the fire god till Mortal Kombat 11 in the
That's
games.
right.
That's the lore. What my biggest problem with this is, WB had no problem destroying 20 some odd years of lore to fit one character who was horrid.
He was pretty bad.
I've never, ever wanted to just turn it off so bad just because of his character on the screen.
But it's easy to make one of those kind of movies. It's got a famous name that everybody already wants to see.
Mortal Kombat.
Just throw a bunch of money at the movie critics and it'll get a 90-ish movie critic rating. And then bam, you're set. Everybody buys it once and they're disappointed and you've made your money back.
Now, here's the thing, too. Me and you talked about this on the phone after I watched it.
Right.
Apparently, the girl who's going to be Melina, or is Melina, has been signed on to do 8 more films, but she's supposed to play Katana.
So, the guy that
Played
played
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero has been signed on for 8 or 9 more.
My God, how can they do 8 or 9 more movies?
That's what I read, and he is the one that said that. He was quoted as saying that he had been signed on for 8 or 9. It was a wealthy number.
They have to do the entire Mortal Kombat verse. Why should there be a movie where they cross over with DC?
Oh no!
No. We don't talk-
it's coming.
I don't want that. We
Shao
don't,
Kahn
Warner
versus
Brothers-
Darkseid.
we don't
Warner
want
Brothers
that.
can't keep up, so they're doing everything they can.
Okay, so getting on topic here. If y'all haven't seen the movie basically goes: you see Hanzo die by Ben.
Bihan.
I always
Bihan,
want to
yeah.
say Ben. I don't know why.
Ben Riley.
Old
But you see him kill him centuries ago. He manages to basically kill all the family except for a baby. And that
Baby
baby
girl.
is the girl, is a little girl. Raiden saves her, and that's all you know. And then here's Cole. This guy who's basically down on his luck as a cage fighter did have the championship belt at one point in time, lost it, and now he's just a joke in the community.
He's a joke in the community and in real life because he's like the perfect mix between Matt Murdock's dad and
Yes.
Black Panther.
Yes, you're
Like,
not wrong.
Just so dumb of a character.
He is the worst character I've ever seen. He had
Yeah.
no character growth either.
And what pissed me off is they put Johnny Cage on the bench for this guy.
Yes, that's another big thing. So out of the characters that we have mentioned, there's only one missing really. Well, yeah, one missing really from the original movie,
Johnny Cage.
and that's Johnny Cage.
And all they did with him was just tease him at the very end.
To show that in a sequel, he's gonna have to go get him.
He's sequel bait, man. You're gonna
Yeah.
pay to see Johnny Cage.
Now, apparently, from what I gathered by watching that this could be just a prequel to what leads up to the maybe remake of the original, because he does say we have to find more fighters.
Right. Well, yeah. This, of course, wasn't the tournament. It wasn't.
No.
It was. They're preparing for the tournament, and they're ambushed by Shang Tsung.
He's basically
So-
sending Bihan on his way to kill people who are champions for Earth Realm so he can get rid of them. So it goes to it. Cole is out with his family and Sub-Zero crashes it, and that's when you see a lot where Jack's gun gets frozen, which was a throwback to the original, because remember he does it to Sonya Blade's Glock.
That's
He
right.
takes the
Yeah.
Glock apart.
But the only thing is that if this is a prequel to the original first movie remake or whatever, they already killed off Kano.
That's
Yeah.
true too. Oh, spoilers.
They killed off
He
a lot.
dies.
We already said spoilers being
Yeah, but just in case. So
How close were you paying attention to detail?
I was paying a lot because when you look at her board,
You saw Nightwolf.
you saw Nightwolf and Quarter Khan.
Yep.
You saw those two. And did anybody? I know you noticed because you already talked about it. Did you notice what was in Raiden's table?
Kotal Khan or Shao Kahn?
I
Col-
saw a
Col-
couple of the
Col-
pictures, but I didn't.
But you didn't see it. The reason why Liu Kang tells Kano to put it back is they have Shinnok's medallion.
Seal, but yes.
Well, yeah. There's no way.
They already
Raiden
had it.
Yeah, there's no way that should happen per lore of the games.
Hmm.
Because we haven't even seen Quan Chi, and Quan Chi's the one who sets him free.
Right.
And technically, Quan Chi's the one that brings back Scorpion.
Right. The whole reason why he
original.
sent Bihan to kill Hanzo is so he could have Scorpion as his revenant, because he wanted the fighter.
Right.
Now, as far as I know, too, he was never a Mortal Kombat champion for the Earth Realm either, and they made him out to be that
Right.
in the things there. So after Cole or Jax fights Sub-Zero and loses his arms, which was pretty epic.
Brutal.
It was very brutal.
At least the fight scenes are good.
Yes,
They
the fight
are.
sings are good. They're
The
fast.
fatalities are really
Yes,
well too.
they are taken straight from some of the games. I mean, classic games. Like the slap, that was Jax's back in, like,
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 4.
Or Kung Lao's like
Table
wait,
saw.
The table
Yeah.
saw,
Table
yeah.
saw.
Table
that
saw.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Flawless victory.
So,
So I have to ask, who's y'all's favorite character? Even though we didn't like the movie, y'all had to have a favorite character.
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao, yeah.
Kung Lao?
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao was nice. It's just I love seeing a movie adaptation of Reptile.
Yeah, Reptile was
Reptile
actually
was
pretty
badass.
badass.
Oh, you're pressing a hot spot here.
I like Reptile.
Because I was just-
I love Reptile.
Reptile-
That was not Reptile.
No.
That was not Reptile.
Mortal Kombat 1 had the best adaptation of Reptile, even though he was that little serpent, but when he got in a body, he became an actual
Yes.
ninja.
Yeah, but they've changed him in the games like multiple times.
But his current form now, where he's a humanoid reptile in the ninja outfit, is probably his best. The best he's ever looked.
I agree.
But his
Like,
face
'cause you
still
remember
looks like
he
a
used to
lizard.
look just like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, just green.
Yes.
Right, and he was, I don't know if y'all know this, he was the original hidden character for Mortal Kombat 1.
Really?
When you were on the Long Bridge stage, if you look back in the back, you saw somebody fighting back there, but you could never tell who it was because he was in green. Come to find out, in the next game, they release him.
Reptile.
It was Reptile.
That was Mortal Kombat 2, and that's where he looked just like Sub-Zero and
Sub-Zero and
Scorpion.
everybody. And they did the same thing for a while, like when they had the Cyrex and all them.
Yes.
Smoke looked just like them, just gray.
By the way, Marvel, if you want to make another Lizard Man, that's how you do it. Reptile.
Oh, I will agree with that. He would have looked better as Lizard Man than he would have ever looked. But after Cole leaves Jax, he meets up with Sonya Blade in this little trailer, goes in there and there's Kano.
Yep.
So I'm okay because Kano is still locked
Which
up.
her tracking Kano is what led her to get on the boat to the tournament.
Yeah, but
in the original.
You know what's weird though? When, Cole gets there and everything, and she's just like, yeah, we're special forces. I'm like, y'all guys look like weekend warriors. Because in the original movie, there was an actual organization, and in the games, there is an actual organization called SF, Special Forces. This just looks like two guys that are just like, hey, we're going to just go investigate this crap on our own.
It almost feels
In
like
a
they
shack.
didn't have enough budget to make them look like they were part of a real
Professional,
military
yeah.
branch or anything like that. And that's why you see the whole adaptation of, there's no bionic enhancements. It's just you get powers when you get the seal.
Arcana.
That really made me upset too.
Mhm.
Did you notice the power swap between Jax and Sonya from the original movie to this one? Because Sonya was Jax's boss.
Yes,
she was
yes.
over him,
She-
and this time he was her boss.
Yep. She's
Did you
the
guys
lower.
notice they made that swap?
And I don't like that either because
Now, Kung Lao and they are cousins canonically, correct?
yes, but one thing we did notice in the original, they kept saying that Liu Kang was a descendant from Kung Lao.
The Great Kung Lao.
Kung
Yeah.
Lao was a descendant of the great Kung Lao. Yeah.
So
okay.
so it does make them cousins, and
Right.
and they've always teased that in the games too, that they both were Shaolin monks that trained at the same place with Raiden, and were either cousins or best friends.
They even introduced his Kung Lao's descendant or other cousin, Kung Jin.
Yes, exactly.
I do like that they mentioned Bo Raicho though.
Yes,
Yeah!
they do mention Bo
I do like that
Raicho.
they mentioned Bo Raicho.
They did really great with mentioning certain things. Like you said, when you're in her little headquarters and she's going through telling about the whole entire thing, you literally see a picture of Nightwolf. Because I even told live studio audience that.
Yeah, me and Aaron
Number
noticed
one
it too.
fan. She's here today with us. She's back again. She's throwing up hard signs. But I even told her that. I said, the Indian is Nightwolf.
Yes.
And then when it showed the Aztec god, it was literally Koda Khan. So I was like, there's two references right there, which I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So he meets up with them. They get attacked by Reptile. Kano kills it, like, kind of easily.
Yeah.
But it was
Pulls
nice
it
and
out.
gory.
Yeah.
Like, I do like him pulling out the heart.
That was one of his fatalities too, pulling
Yep.
the heart out of the chest.
Yep.
You
I
wanna
mean,
talk
it wasn't
about
that
killing
easy.
people
Sonya
easily.
shot him 15 times and he still wouldn't go down. Threw 3 blades at him too.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The way Poser just killed Goro like it was fucking nothing.
Oh
his
my
Poser-
god.
Poser.
That's his new Mortal Kombat name.
Poser.
Poser.
I'm totally okay with that.
Are they gonna add him to the game? Is he gonna come in as a DLC character in Mortal Kombat?
Watch
Watch.
him. Watch. He will.
You think so?
He
Oh, yeah.
will. And he'll be horrible.
If not, they'll make him a viable or free DLC character. You can
No,
get
it'll be
next game.
viable. Because remember, me and you talked about this a long time ago.
Frost.
The minute you get, what is it, Mortal Kombat 11, you could buy Frost, a character.
A character you
Or-
can
Free
draw.
character.
Or
can
you could
unlock.
get for free if you just play up to chapter, was it 3
Something.
in the story, you get Frost then for free. Or you can pay $5, whichever one you want.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. So,
I mean, the thing for me about it, man, was I was so excited to see Kung Lao, and I was so excited to see Cabal. Like, just seeing
Cabal
characters
looked
that made
amazing.
it. I know, man, and he was his speed and his hook weapons
Yep.
and everything.
He was good.
I didn't like his voice.
No,
It was a bit lacking.
yeah, a little bit, but I still liked how he fit.
The aesthetic, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd like to see more detail around him because even in like the close-up scenes, which was almost every time he spoke, you could see like little burns in his skin and stuff. I just wanted to see more of his outfit. Every
Yeah,
time
that's
they
because
every time they
Kano's-
zoomed in, it's just
Oh yeah.
I'm talking. All right, back to somebody else.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But his dash moves, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So he meets up with Sonya Blade. They kill Reptile with Kano, and then they go try to find Raiden's temple. They make it halfway there, and when Liu Kang shows up, actually takes them to the temple, and basically is telling them, "Hey, it's been my job to find y'all." And he does a shitty job.
Yeah, where you been, bro?
Yeah, like it hasn't helped. Nothing like that.
I don't think he could afford transportation.
He had transportation.
He lives in a cave.
No, he had transportation.
What, Raiden?
Yes,
It's not supposed to help.
but he did.
When he had to.
I'm just saying, look,
He could have just borrowed his cousin's teleporting hat.
Yeah.
Kung Lao's teleport entrance was the best.
Yeah.
or just send Kung Lao to get everybody. Why not?
Why wouldn't you anyway? He was the best fighter on their team.
Yes, he really was.
He should have been the one going to get
He couldn't be bothered.
He's too busy eating egg rolls.
So he goes. They finally meet up there, and Raiden basically looks at him and says, "Yeah, y'all are all shitty." I mean, basically
Yeah.
he does. And he's like, "Son, you just need to
fine.
leave because you don't have a crest," which is another big thing that bothered me.
Yeah.
The crest.
Yeah. Need
Don't-
to have your little dragon,
That's
sticker.
not how it goes. You entered the tournament. However, if that's the case, Johnny just enters it to get the paparazzi off his back.
His career is failing. Everybody thinks he's faking his talent.
moves and everything
So
like
he
that.
goes to the tournament to prove himself.
So
That was a big thing about it.
Not
Yeah.
only that, but in the original, there was also a lot of just rando martial artists that
That just
somehow
show
were
up.
able to that showed up. There were walk-ins.
yeah, and that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, they all
Goro
died.
killed like 100 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Goro.
of course they're trying to teach them how to use their
Arcana.
Kana, which I'm sorry is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. And of course, nobody's doing well. They finally get Kano's, which was hilarious. That part was funny when they're at the dinner scene and he's like, "Hey, Kung Pao, hand me an egg roll." And he's like, "No, you eat all the time." And he just
What did you say? Terrible fighter.
it gets him so mad that he does unlock the laser eye.
Ha! Lasers beats fireballs, you fucking pussy.
But my one problem with Kano's design, to get the laser beam, he's supposed to have the metal.
Yeah, it's just some random scratch from Reptile, and oh, his eye looks weird. Now he shoots lasers.
He's supposed to have cybernetic implants. too.
Exactly. He's supposed to have cybernetic.
But they did away with that because Jax's arms
Oh my god! Don't get me started on that.
came from his inner strength.
No. Sonya's wrist gauntlet power.
I mean,
Not
that,
actual
Portal.
technology.
no. In the original, that was her power. Like she did shoot. That was her projectile. Was from her wristbands, but it didn't look.
Wristbands.
I know that, but that's how she fired them.
Forearm flex.
That's not what I'm talking. The fact is that she has nothing. They just